now joined by Ben Lumelsky, the co-founder of Carol. Welcome, Ben.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us. Just to start us off, apparently you've lived in lots of different countries and you speak 4 languages.
Yes, that's true.
Tell us what languages.
Well, I was born and raised in Israel, but my family originally immigrated from Russia.
Right.
So Hebrew and Russian are both native, and then English as a result of education, I guess.
A slight American accent.
Yes, I studied international school. Actually did my undergraduate and master's in London, but that didn't manage to fix the accent, I guess. And yes, the 4th language is Spanish. Took that in university and then spent a year in Spain.
Very impressive. 4. Are you ready to pitch?
Yes,
Great.
yeah, I believe I am.
8 minutes.
Okay. So, my name is Ben, again, and I'd like to introduce Carol, which is the first and only one-stop solution for all car-related needs. By that, what we mean is, in a nutshell, Carol aims to help motorists save time and money through integrated after-sales offering, through smart technology, and through, ultimately, an all-in-one car marketplace. Our team has a proven track record across technology and business development, both in the corporate world and in startups alike. But most importantly, amongst us together, we have the skills, knowledge, and experience necessary, not only to bring this product to launch, but also to create the business that we have the vision of Carol becoming. So far, we've completed our research, development, and planning. We've surveyed over 4,500 motorists across the UK to develop the concept and establish the strategy for how we're moving forward with the business. We've built our prototype, so we have a full UX UI developed of the product, of the app, and the full feel that customers will get, as well as the functionality. We've selected and confirmed our operational partners across all verticals of the Carol offering. This means both on the insurance side and on the servicing, as well as the logistical partners required on the back end of things for us to be able to offer the service that we want. Last but not least, we currently have our seed round underway, which we'll give a bit more details on towards the end of the presentation. So the problem that we're targeting can really be seen from 2 aspects, both the industry and the consumer. On an industry basis, across after sales, we can say both for insurance and servicing and maintenance for vehicles, that the industry lacks a certain agility and has been traditionally antiquated to this day. We also see low profitability and low retention across both these industries. This is something that is across the board a fact of this industry. From the consumer standpoint, after sales has always been seen as a burden and an inconvenience. The fact of the matter is that after sales is the responsibilities that come together with vehicle ownership. Nobody chooses to have these responsibilities given to them. It's a fact of owning a car. Other than that, there's also the cost, both money and time, the time spent researching, choosing, and managing all of the aspects of owning a car. And of course, there's a certain element of lack of trust. From our research, we found across the board, once again, that there's a certain element of lack of trust when dealing with after-sales providers. So more often than not, consumers feel when dealing with an insurer or with a garage that often they end up holding the shorter end of the stick. With Carol, customers will see increased savings and simplicity, most importantly, an increased customer experience, which we believe will improve the process in general, but also help our partners benefit from increased retention and increased profitability through lowered risk. Effectively, our solution is a unique and integrated, comprehensive after-sales platform. What it means is we offer insurance and servicing through a single provider, through a single tool, if you will, for the customer. On top of that, we offer value-adding analytics that effectively makes the process much more helpful and building a longer-term relationship, which would really bring the improvement to the market that we seek. In the insurance perspective, it's a comprehensive end-to-end insurance solution. So other than quoting insurance products and buying them on demand, customers can also review and download policy documents, as well as report claims, and ultimately manage the end-to-end process of a claim. One of the biggest issues in motor insurance is the claim process and the lack of information customers feel that they have. We want to bridge that gap by providing a simple and easy-to-use solution where customers never again need to wait on the phone for someone to be available to speak to them and tell them what is happening with their car and their claim. Analytics is a key feature of the insurance piece, but also of Carroll as a whole. By analytics, we mean telematics technology. You may have heard about telematics before, but the way we do it is we make it easy for any customer to understand and easy for any customer to benefit from without having to take any further or additional steps. With our analytics feature, customers will be able to generate a driving score, review trips, identify incidents, and review what could and possibly have happened and could have been avoided. And most importantly, customers can learn how they drive and how they can improve their driving. This would allow them in turn to save money on insurance, on fuel, and on more things. With servicing, first and foremost, we will offer mileage tracking and service reminders. One of the key things we find is that people, because this is a burden, just tend to forget when it's time to service their car, when an MOT comes up, etc. This will never happen again. Other than that, we will allow customers to save money, both on the routine maintenance and MOTs, as well as any other repairs, etc. that they need. They will be able to track the service progress from start to finish and opt in for services such as pickup and drop off of their vehicle. Lastly, customers will also have, finally, an electronic and simple-to-use solution for maintaining their servicing history, their receipts and invoices, which are quite critical when it comes to selling a car or buying a new car. To summarize, within the Carroll proposition, through the app, customers will get the benefits of all-in-one insurance, servicing, and analytics provided through a single provider. We will also have a dashboard feature to allow customers to manage their profile, etc., but it really is about using the app as the key feature of this product. The insurance model will be charged on a monthly basis, same as many companies do nowadays. Customers just receive a quote, purchase their insurance, and pay by monthly installments. With servicing, we would actually have two options. So one is where customers are actually able to purchase the servicing for a year ahead in advance. This allows a customer to effectively save money by opting in for an early purchase. The way this works is that Carroll generates a quote based on the customer's usage needs and information provided at point of quote. Otherwise, customers can also opt in for on-demand service and book it through the app at any time which they need. When we're looking at the target market, there's over 31 million cars in private vehicles registered in the UK today. This translates to over 32 billion a year in after-sales revenues. We've identified a core target market of 3.7 million, about 12% of the market. The way we've done that is by segmenting through several critical demographic and user habit criteria to identify the market and the customer that is likeliest to adapt for Carroll right at the beginning of our launch. When we look at the financials, questions you may have.
Thanks, Ben, for your pitch. Have you got any questions?
Yeah, thanks, Catherine. Ben, I think it's really interesting that you've got an app here where insurance and servicing are traditionally things that are done on an annual basis or maybe a 6-monthly basis. And then you've got analytics that can be something that can be, it's some data that you could explore almost on a daily basis. For me, the analytics is really important because if you want to create a habitual use of an app, so something that ends up on the front page of your tablet or phone or whatever, you've got to have that constant interest. So just tell us a little bit more about the analytics and why I would care on a day-by-day or week-by-week basis.
So as I said, I'm sure that many of your viewers and potentially you have heard about telematics. And telematics insurance, really what it means is that using telematics technology, there are various products and services out there to do this. An insurer can monitor a risk profile of a customer better and effectively price their policy better. What we've seen so far is that only about 2% of the motor insurance market in the UK opts for telematics policies. The reason is, one, it's always been traditionally expensive for insurers to operate telematics because it used to be hardware-based technology, whereas it's now more app-based. And it's traditionally been marketed only at the young, or let's say the highest risk customer profile, which are the young drivers, to whom they would take normally anything that an insurer offers in order to save money on their policy, which usually it's very high premium. So what we've done is try and bridge that gap, because telematics has a huge value for anyone. And even if you won't necessarily save money on your policy, with Carol, you don't have to opt for a telematics insurance policy. You can opt for a regular standard insurance policy and still have the analytics that we generate as a value-add service to then tell you for certain that yes, you are a good driver and yes, you will be able to save on your insurance. This is something that insurers haven't been able to bridge so far because the way they do it, excuse me, sorry. The way it's been done so far was by offering a try before you buy policy, whereas an insurer gives you a 3-month time window where they gather data on your driving and then they quote you the policy. The problem with that is that once you know you are on that try before you buy terms, you're not going to drive the same as you normally do. So what Carol does, through offering you these various other services and kind of getting the customer to come based on the comprehensiveness of the services we offer and the comfort and ease of use compared to what else is out there, telematics is another feature that we just use to help you find out ultimately if you are able to use that technology to save money. And that's really what's key about this technology.
Yeah. I remember seeing that ad that was on for years. That was the Drive Like a Girl, do you remember? If you drove like a girl, you got money off. I never tried it, so I don't know. But, where does the name come from, Carol?
So obviously it's one of the first questions that people ask us. And we came up with the name very quickly. So it was about a half an hour brainstorming process and the name came up. And we said, it can't be that we've come up with a good name that quickly, but it's been 2 years and we're still using it, so I guess it's not bad. The idea behind it is, first, there's 2 very basic ideas. So car and all things car related,
Right.
turned into Carol. Another one is car online, also Carol. And when these 2 things came together, it was also crucial for us to have a name that we can build a brand around. It's in the core of our business to be helpful, to be valuable, and to really make things simple and easy. If you're thinking about the Alexas out there and Siri, etc., you want a name that people, one, can associate and feel comfortable with, that is humane in a way and personal, relatable, but also one that can be used as a verb, as a noun, as an adjective for anything you need. Carol is the place to go to, if it's car related.
Well, thank you, Ben. That's all we've got time for.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us on the show tonight. If you'd like to find out more about Carol, you can do so on Crowdcube's website. That's crowdcube.com.